If you're new to chess and you're tired of memorizing 50 different responses to 50 different openings, I've got good news. There's one opening you can play against almost anything black throws at you. Same setup, same plan, every single game. It's called the London system, and by the end of this video, you'll know it well enough to use it tonight. Most openings ask you to react to your opponent. The London does the opposite. You build the same solid structure almost no matter what black does. That's why it's the most recommended first opening system for beginners, and why plenty of strong players use it too. One plan, fewer decisions, less to memorize. Here's the shape you're building, move by move. Move 1, pawn to d4. Move 2, bishop to f4, developing outside your pawn chain before it gets trapped behind it. This is the move people forget, and it's the whole soul of the opening. Move 3, knight to f3. Move 4, pawn to e3. This is what finally lets your dark-squared bishop out safely, since the pawns already stepped past where the bishop wants to go. Move 5, bishop to d3, or sometimes e2, depending on what black's doing. Then castle short, get your other knight out to d2, and you're basically done developing. That's it. That's the whole skeleton. Same 5-ish ideas almost every game. Quick but important. That bishop has to come out to f4 before you play e3. If you play e3 first, you accidentally lock your own bishop inside the wall of your own pawns. This is called a bad bishop, and it's one of the most common opening mistakes in all of chess, not just the London. So, bishop out first, then close the door behind it. Remember that order and you've avoided the single biggest trap beginners fall into with this system. Once your pieces are out, here's what you're actually trying to do. 1. Your position is just plain solid. Nothing's hanging, nothing's weak. You can take a breath. 2. Depending on how black sets up, you'll often push your c-pawn and sometimes your queen to b3 or c2, aiming pressure at black's kingside or center. 3. In a lot of lines, you get a nice attacking idea, pushing your h-pawn and g-pawn forward to open lines toward black's king, especially if black has castled on that side. This is the payoff moment I mentioned, the point where all that quiet setup turns into a real attack. You're not memorizing 20 move 30 theoretical lines here. You're memorizing a shape and a plan. That's the whole appeal. Here's the beautiful part. It barely matters what black plays. Whether they mirror you, fianchetto a bishop, push in the center, or play something unusual, you're playing basically the same 5 moves regardless. You might adjust the order slightly, or delay castling one move, but the core plan doesn't change. That's the entire point of calling this a system instead of a normal opening. It's built to be low maintenance. The second biggest mistake, after the bishop trap we already covered, don't rush the h-pawn and g-pawn attack before your king is safe and your pieces are actually developed. New players sometimes see attack the king and throw pawns forward on move 6, while their own king is still stuck in the center. Finish your development, castle, then look for your attacking chances. Patience first, fireworks second. Let's run through one clean example so you can see the whole thing connect. 1. d4, developing central control. 2. Bishop to f4, out before it gets trapped. 3. Knight to f3, developing naturally. 4. e3, finally freeing the other bishop. 5. Bishop to d3, aiming at the king side. 6. Castle short, king safety, locked in. 7. Knight to d2, connecting your rooks and finishing development. From here, you read the board. Where's black weak? Where can you push pawns? Where can you improve your worst placed piece? And you play chess. The hard part, the memorization part, is already done. To recap why this is such a popular first system, it's low memorization. It's rarely going to get you into immediate trouble. It works against nearly anything black tries, and it still gives you real attacking chances once your pieces are out. You're not going to out-theory a strong player with it forever, but as a beginner, that's not the goal. The goal is playing solid, confident chess while you learn everything else the game has to teach you. So, pawn to d4, bishop out to f4 before it gets trapped, knight to f3, e3 to free the other bishop, castle, and knight to d2. 5 ideas, 1 plan, works against almost anything. Try it in your next game, and let me know in the comments how it goes. If this helped, subscribe for more beginner-friendly openings explained the same way. One clear plan at a time.